Welcome back to my channel. I want to do a little video on my sexuality, how I feel about that side of things, what age I was when I started looking into it. So let's begin with this thing where I don't know where I want to start actually. I know in school I did make a move on my friend once, but I think that was because my friend was a girl, but I think that was because I was encouraged by another friend, because I think she literally had come out as like being gay or a lesbian or bi, and she wanted like someone to be with. I can't blame it completely on that for reasons I'm going to go into, but I do think I was egged on by a lot of people, and a girl had made a move on me in school as well before that. So, and also not gonna lie, I do think I was trying to process childhood trauma for various things that were sexual that had happened to me in the past. So that aside, I think when I was about 17 I first started thinking about 17 or 18. I'm going to say actually 18 or 19. I think I sort of was like, I need to be completely 100% honest with myself now and tell myself, like, you know, even if like I feel like I'm going to be honest here, and this isn't obviously telling names. I do have a cousin that, you know, has a certain preference in this area, and I'm only being low key about all the details because I don't want to, you know, disclose, but also I feel like it caused a bit of tension in the family for certain people. I don't think it was necessarily causing tension, but I think it was just something that wasn't necessarily accepted with open arms straight away. So I think I always kind of like subconsciously, with realising it or not, had this sort of aversion to sort of exploring that stuff. Because I remember being in school sometimes, and I think sometimes you're not in the headspace to even think about it as a child sometimes. Like honestly, I didn't have a proper boyfriend till I was like 17. I had little boyfriends before, but I think I was only really ready for an adult relationship when I was like 17, or like most people are. But I only ever really truly considered this because I think over sixth form it crossed my mind a few times, but I was not in the headspace to think about it. So yeah, I think at like 18, 19, that was when I really became sort of quite bothered about that stuff, and I was like, I need to just explore this in myself, because if I don't, I'm just going to always be in denial basically. So I really thought I had to figure it out, and the way I've just understand myself now is at one point I thought I was like bisexual, but by that I wouldn't necessarily consider myself as bisexual anymore, because I feel like the place I'm at is like I can experience, if you like, the attractiveness of other females. I can not experience, but I can see that I can be attracted to a female and find them attractive. But I wouldn't necessarily, and I've never come across, I wouldn't necessarily, I guess you build feelings after a while, it's kind of how relationships work, but I would not find it something that I would want to do. I'd be turned off by the idea of kissing one or having sex with one, or I don't know about, I mean, even being in a relationship one, it kind of doesn't quite sit perfectly with me. So even though I can find a girl attractive and think she's attractive, even be attracted to her in a second, quickly my brain will kind of flip it, and like suddenly I'll be disgusted by it. Like, but that's my personal sexual preference, that's not me, it's not an external judgment, because I've literally thought about this, because I let myself fully, you know, understand the idea of, you know, am I, because, you know, even if I was like I was like a full-on lesbian or whatever, like, you know, you are who you are, like I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, stop that. I want to be authentic to myself. So basically, yeah, I literally thought about it fully, and that's the conclusion I'm at. Like, and to be fair, when I think about it, I do find men more attractive. I find men attractive to, you know, do intimate things with and all that stuff. So like, it's not about preference. I feel like it's not about subjective preference. I think it's just the way you are and naturally swing. Like, I don't know, it's like even on Tinder I allowed girls on there at one point, and I went back a few months later. Obviously I often deactivate my Tinder because I just don't want to bother with it if I'm not looking for a relationship, but it's like when you go back on it, you're like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but you're kind of like, I'm not really bothered to talk to any of them or anything. So yeah, that's my sexuality story. You might just be like, well, it's not really, is it? Because you're, but like, even if you're heterosexual, then it's still a sexuality story. So yeah, that's me. Thanks for listening. Bye.